Keep it separate. Local parents voiced their concerns last night amid rumors of gender-neutral bathrooms and locker rooms being installed at Foothill High School in Henderson. Now, the meeting was actually a back-to-school information session for parents about what was needed for their kids to graduate, but several parents took that opportunity to address their concerns with transgender issues.
I don't want my child who's 14 in a bathroom with a boy.
Mom, there's a lot of talk about transgender issues.
All right, for CCSD, any possible changes, though, would still be down the road, and district officials say no date has been set yet to address this topic at a board meeting. Again, these parents are reacting to rumors. It's not something that the school district, as far as we know, is actively looking at. So here's a question. Should public schools have gender-neutral bathrooms? What do you think, Jess?
You know, I'm a little bit fuzzy on there will be a completely separate bathroom, right?
Right.
So I think that's part of what these parents are up in arms about, is they don't want their kids, you know, in a bathroom with somebody of the opposite sex, right?
Right.
So, but if there's a separate bathroom and they, you know, identify with this gender neutrality, then I really don't think there should be a problem. I mean, my belief is that we have to preach and teach acceptance.
Correct.
Right? You have to be able to, this is not going away. This is becoming more and more prevalent in our society. So the only thing we can do is accept it. Otherwise, what's going to happen? You're going to end up being on the wrong side of history, and you're going to end up growing into a young adult that's mad at the world for changing that, and that just doesn't work.
And I think before these bathrooms are not installed, I think there needs to be a level of education, right, to teach these students, whatever grade level they're at, in the best way you can. I don't have the answers as how you teach them, but there needs to be some sort of teaching that happens so they understand why these bathrooms are coming about. They understand that there needs to be more acceptance. We have Brendan Jordan, who's a local here, who's spoken out on this issue, and he says, you know what, lately I've been using the women's bathroom because that's where I feel comfortable. And I think at the end of the day in these public schools, it's about the kids, right? Yeah. It's about teaching them to be smarter individuals and teaching them to be comfortable in their own skin and teaching them that they can be who they want to be in this world. And if it's feeling like they're bullied when he goes into the men's bathroom because he looks a certain way and wears certain makeup, which is a choice, but when he does that, if he feels like he's going to be thrown into a trash can or bullied or beaten up, there needs to be a change. There needs to be a change.
And if you're the transgendered person, would you rather go to the bathroom? Let's say if you're Caitlyn Jenner, if you're a woman now, would you want to go to the ladies' room and would you be stared at by the ladies because people
it's
know?
Where you feel comfortable.
Exactly. So then if you were not fully transitioned and you haven't gone through the surgeries and you stick with the boys' room and you sort of have already transitioned in terms of the makeup and the hair, the men are going to stare at you, so you're not going to be comfortable. So if there is an option, then that person at least could choose that option for themselves. But I understand parents' concerns where if you really are you were born a male and transitioned to a female and you're going to the female's bathroom, then yeah, it's a little scary maybe and daunting for these teens to go in there and see, and they don't know how to express themselves. So I think it's just nice if you have an option in a separate bathroom, they can make that decision.
Yeah, absolutely. But, and here's the thing is, my only concern is that it would have to be one stall. So that way you don't run that risk. I understand what that parent is saying. She doesn't want her little girl in a bathroom with a boy. So when you have multi-stalls, that could happen. Yeah. But if you have one stall and that's it. It's a separate bathroom. I don't see the problem.
It's like at the airport. There's a family stall,
right? And
people just go into a man or a woman who has a child,
right?
So you have that convenience and that option.
Got the option.
Yeah, it's a grand
Good conversation here today. And sound off on social media right now. We'll talk about those comments later in the show. But right now, also.